Good morning. Every parent wants what's best for their child, so it's important to look at every aspect of health. Did you know that sippy cups and pacifiers can affect a child's speech and swallowing habits? Well, here to tell us more is Leslie Kessler from the Voice and Language Experience. Welcome back, Leslie.
Thank you very much.
You know, as I just said, there are many things that sippy cups and straws can do to affect your speech. Let's talk about lisps for starters and what exactly that is.
The typical lisp is when the tongue comes forward, or either against your teeth or beyond your teeth, when you're saying S, Z, CH, TH, many sounds, rather than staying inside the mouth and squeezing up and back, or whatever the normal movement is for that particular sound. And what can often be the culprit in causing these lisps happen very early on when children move from, they're supposed to be moving from a bottle to a cup. And there's this terrible invention, and it's called a sippy cup, and they come in all different kinds of designs. But what the sippy cup does is it promotes that infantile suckle. And so the child doesn't have the opportunity at the proper developmental time to learn how to drink in a mature way. The mature way, before all these were invented, we had cups with lids, or just cups. You put it down and in the lips, and they'd figure out how to get the liquid back.
Okay, so you say a horrible invention. They're so cute. I'm sure the parents are saying, oh, this would be so nice. Let me get that. But I guess it's because they're not developing properly. So the right thing to do, if you give them the cup with no lid, the liquid's going everywhere, right?
So there are cups, for instance, this cup has two handles, just like a sippy cup. It's got a big hole and a little hole so you can control the flow. And it will teach them how to control liquid in their mouths in a normal motor way. For instance, when you first start feeding a baby and you put that spoon in their mouth, the food comes out, okay? But it doesn't stay that way forever.
Okay.
Eventually they learn how to keep that spoon in and swallow. Well, it's the same thing with a cup.
It's good to get a cup with some kind of a lip on it. Another thing, a real one.
Here's another one.
Oh, that's good.
With a single-handed.
Straws.
Straws.
That can be a problem.
Can be. I mean, they look great, but let's take a straw, and you put a straw in your mouth. This is how a parent can check to see whether they're drinking the straw from a straw properly. The straw should be no more than just in the lips. That's it. So they suck backwards. If you put a straw in your child's mouth, pinch it here, and you see this, that shows you that they're suckling, the same thing all over again.
That's perfect.
So they're not developing the mature swallow pattern that can later impact their speech.
So if you see one of these nice cups with, it's okay to go ahead and cut it.
You just cut it. That's all. You cut it down, and if your child is having trouble, you cut it a little bit one week, a little bit the next week, but eventually you want the straw to be no further in than directly on the lips.
One other thing, pacifier. People think they're doing their kids a, nice service and keeps them quiet. Tell us about the effects of a pacifier.
There is an appropriate time for a pacifier. Children, babies need extra suckling. That's just the way it is. But when a child is overusing the pacifier, or a parent uses it to plug the child up, what it does is holds down the tongue. And the tongue doesn't get the normal, natural exercise it would get if the tongue were free in the mouth to do the L's, the N's, the D's, the T's. Those are all up there. Again,
do it in moderation.
Learn how to do it. Don't have it available all the time.
There you go.
They don't. If your child's walking around, they do not need a pacifier.
There you go.
Let it stay in their bed. The other thing is resting posture. Tongue resting posture. Pacifiers hold down the tongue.
You don't want that.
The normal resting posture for the tongue is, here's my top of my mouth, my roof. The tongue is up here. Okay.
And that has to be our last word. It should be resting on your palate.
Resting on your palate.
Leslie.
Lips together, teeth slightly open. That's what you need.
Leslie,
and you'll be okay.
Thank you so much. You got great information for us. We've learned a lot from you today. And we'll have more Let's Talk Live coming up right after this.